Day number 1 is going to be the group qualifiers, where the bottom seeds of each region will play for a spot in the group stages, top 4 being split up between Group A and Group B, who we will see perform on days 2 and day 3 of this tournament. Let's talk about how today is going to go. We've got our qualifier stage, 5 games total, and you can see the point structure on the right-hand side. 8 points for first, going all the way down to 1.48. All of the players competing in this tournament will be looking for a chunk of this incredible prize pool, with first place not only taking the title, but also $44,500. So let's go ahead and introduce you to the players that I'm sure need no introduction. We're taking a look right now at the 8 players competing in the group stage. And don't...
All right, well, the stage has been set. Welcome, everybody, to the first game of the play-in qualifier.
It's going to win a little bit. We'll check back in with him later as we go over to the Oceania representative, Esha, the streaming sensation. And he's got an amazing start. Still, trait-wise, I think one of the strongest combinations in the early game in Sentinel plus Skirmisher. He's got 2 2-stars. So, I mean, we talked about boards to win streak with. This is definitely looking like one of them where it's possible. He's even got a 2-star Aatrox sitting on the bench, Frodan.
Yeah, this is actually one of those interesting moments where Esha even has the option of playing maximum tempo and leveling, but would have to sell the Aurelia pair, which is quite controversial to do, and he goes for it anyways. He's going to maximize his streak. He's playing 3 2-star units and going to slam a Ginsu's Rage Blade. He is very much going to be in the driver's seat. Esha from Oceania is out to an incredible early lead over the rest of this lobby.
I like it, man. The 2-2 level 5. This is nothing but aggression. This is the kind of stuff that you would see from, you know, players like Jaywalking, some of the more aggressive players out of like the Korean region in the past. And, you know, when you have this many 2-stars early on, it's justifiable. You look around the lobby, you're not going to find a lot of boards that are better than this, most likely. Yeah, we're going to jump on board with Esha now. He added a Draven to all of that because, you know, why not? At this point, he's level 7. He's got that 15% chance to find a 4-cost. He finds pretty much exactly the one that he wants right now, although he does have a couple other options to think about. Immediately makes that swap over to 4 Legionnaires as well. And we'll see how long he keeps items on that Nidalee.
Yep, I like it. Nidalee's a 2-star, and she benefits from all of these traits except for the Legionnaire. So you're kind of setting up multiple forms of damage sources for Legionnaire. Is so powerful. Look at that Draven 1 go into town with Nidalee's support from the back line as well. It is just all damage all the way through with quality 2-stars across the board. And these fights are just not really that close whatsoever. And Spencer will be the first player to cross that 40 health threshold in order to get the Radiant Blessing. So let's see if it's possible.
Is the other standard time. We're gonna check out Spencer. Looks like it was a lot of gold from what we can tell. Yeah, up over 60 gold right now. He's gotta roll. He's gotta find things like that that Kled 3. But you know, honestly, the items don't look that spectacular to me, Frodan. I don't know if this is gonna work out.
It's not going to work out for now. Looks like Spencer did end up making a Force of Nature. So my first impression, sorry you missed it, the Radiant Blessing, it contains a spatula in it, which might be a game changer across the board. But the biggest influential factor, bar none, is that Spencer does not really have the 3-stars going. Has 8 Ziggs from what we see. He has 6 Kleds. You know, a handful of Lulus and whatnot, and it's good enough to seem to stabilize him for now. This is his first win in the entire game, but he's gonna need to start winning out from here. You don't want to win and then go back to your losing ways. I want to know how far Spencer's willing to dip. Let's take a look at the Radiant Armory.
All right, well, we've got the Luminous Deathblade option, but we've got a lot of other good things to think about too. Redemption is okay. Yeah, it is going to be the Deathblade. I agree. I think you need to kind of like focus on the Kled here. There's a Kled 3. Confirms a little bit more. And if you can get a cloak, Frodan, that was a Ziggs rather. If you can get a cloak for the Kled and get like a Bloodthirster or something, then, you know, that could be a Kled that has a decent amount of sustain and power behind it.
Or with Spencer, who has streaked and seems to be quite stable. Did end up slamming that Bloodthirster that you were talking about. Did end up playing these if you can find an opportunity to have this Kled drive that tempo. And now if you take a look at it, the 6 Hellions, it's just very hard for the Kled to be stopped. He's just bulldozing through one by one, toppling down every single Abomination of Redeem's unit. And Spencer all of a sudden went from the very bottom of the stands at 31 life now in the top 4. And now you start to see a little bit as to why people are talking about Kled and Hellion Reroll might be one of the compositions that could dominate the tournament. And Spencer's a player going into it saying, hey, I don't care if you contest me. I think that this is one of the strongest compositions, and I will play it even if it's a risky proposition.
Let's see what he finds first there.
Okay.
Wow, huge. Huge.
Big opportunity there for Spencer. A lot of people are hitting Incomplete Hitch-Draven 2. Some people are hitting their other support units, but we're on Mbappe's perspective, who has 2 Spellweaver emblems and is playing 6 Spellweaver. By all means, his composition is not lacking in damage, but it is lacking in frontline capabilities and a 2-star Vel'Koz. Goes up against a 2-star Cavalier Jax with a Wrist Thirster and a secondary form of damage in the Fiddlesticks. Is this enough to survive?
We'll see. I mean, the Cavalier Jax has so much survivability, plus the Titan's already stacked to 25. That Blessed Bloodthirster doing a lot and keeping him up. Look at he's just tanking the Vel'Koz beams. And as soon it gets him down to half HP, and then he just comes right back up again. CC
Yes.
though. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's pretty close.
Oh my God.
The burst isn't enough. Sustains through every single one of the bursts. Mbappe,
Oh,
the first
Mbappe.
player to take an 8th place in the Reckoning World Championship.
Going up against Incomplete. And it's going to be a bit of a close one. He did get the Zephyr on the Draven at least.
Yeah, but the big star of this is the Yasuo damage. Incomplete's trying
Yep.
to play a heavy Legionnaire tempo style, and that's good for Shuriken if his front line can hold. But now the Yasuo is onto the Karma. Karma has officially ramped her Soul Flare,
Nope.
but it's just way too late. And now Shuriken's out of damage. You can see that disappointment. He has front line still remaining. Galio's still tanking, but he is out in 5th place. Esha, we
The Cled's
talked about.
strong, but he's also got the Shroud. He's got the Ziggs 3 for the damage. He's got that Cannon 3 with really great itemization. So this is like peak Kled right here.
Absolutely. It's pretty much Cap Kled, just missing Lulu 3 and Teemo. Has 72 gold, has the opportunity to go to 9. He's waiting to be proven that he's to be challenged. He can greet it at 6-5. He's absolutely cutting and slicing up everything. The biggest scary thing is that Gwen, though. We've seen Snapsnap do some crazy stuff. She has some ability to scale pretty well later into the fights. But look at the Lulu Polymorph. All the Hellions are surrounding her. See if he can lose by the fewest units as possible. He is going up against Spencer. A Shroud down the middle to stop the Dark Vigil from the Aphelios. He needs to have to maximize his HP here because I think he feels like he's under the favorite. Teemo able to land the mushrooms onto the Kled. The Diana move ball rearranges Kled to the back line and is now going to be focusing the Gwen instead. This gives an opportunity for Aphelios to go for one more cast and try to eliminate as many units as possible. Kled's going to stop it before it gets out of hand. And this is death for Nukamura potentially.
Yep, it certainly is. Oh, it's a double kill. Spencer just takes it.
That's
That's
a double
it. That's
kill.
game 1.
North America puts their stamp on the World Championship and takes the first lobby here in the Reckoning World Championship.